We're back with another Marvel Legends UK action figure review, and today we will be reviewing Marvel's Forge from the X-Men Caliban Build-A-Figure wave. Let's go! With another X-Men review. It's the third figure from the wave. Caliban is the Build-A-Figure. Funnily enough, this is the third wave of X-Men that we've had from Hasbro so far. Feels like over the last few years we've had a lot more, especially with the singles and the riders, etc. But yeah, going back to this figure, Forge, as you can see on the side again, like we've said in previous reviews, the artwork is a strong piece of comic artwork. I'm now cutting these out and saving it. I'm not a box collector, but I am appreciating the artwork on the side. On the back, we can see who we need to complete the actual Build-A-Figure. Again, Gambit doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. He's actually 2 per case. We've got Beast, we've got Weapon X, Forge, Blink, Jubilee, and Skullbuster. So far we've already reviewed Gambit, we've already reviewed Beast, and now we've just recently reviewed Jubilee. We're on to Forge, who's our 4th review of the wave. What I'm going to do is crack this open. A big fan of Forge. I've already got a couple on the shelf. Got the one from the original 2-pack and a custom, and we'll do a bit of a comparison later on. I'm going to break him out now. So here's Forge out of the box. As you can see, it comes with a couple of accessories, which we'll go over now. We've got the Build-A-Figure Caliban arm, the left arm of Caliban. I'm going to go over this in more detail when we do the review of the actual figure, but there is something worth noting. What I've seen on a couple of other reviewers' YouTube channels is that the paint here, that is the joint itself, it's been painted directly by Hasbro. But with a couple of manoeuvres of the actual ratchet itself, it started to flake the paint off. This is what basically the paint flake from the actual ratchet joint. That is now all entirely come off just after moving it twice. It is really stiff. What Hasbro have done is they've painted what is a white joint in the pearlescent white colour. But unfortunately, a couple of moves of the actual arm up and down, and it's taken that paint right off. It's just caught it on the actual tight joint here. So unfortunately now, I don't know if the camera's picking it up right, but basically we've got a white joint, and then we've got a white pearlescent shoulder pad, or shoulder socket, should we say. But we'll review that in more detail when we do the actual Build-A-Figure itself. Forge also comes with a set of guns. We've got what looks to be a futuristic shotgun, which in my opinion is a vast improvement on the Nerf guns that we've had previously. A little bit too futuristic and a bit ridiculous, whereas this looks like it is an actual shotgun. No doubt a blaster kind of shotgun, as Forge is from the future. So that's a nice little addition. And we've also got a futuristic pistol. Again, looks like a pistol, got a new nozzle on the end, so it doesn't look 100% like an actual modern day gun. Good way of getting out of the weapons reconstruction business Hasbro to recreate what looks to be a blaster. This is really cool as well, because obviously we do have some weapon storage on the figure, which just goes into the leg holster, which is here. Fits nice and snug within there, no problem whatsoever. I do like a little bit of weapon storage on a figure, which brings me to this little piece here. As you can see on the back of Forge, there's a peg hole, but the actual peg hole runs through the actual harness as well. Now, I'm not too sure if we've seen this harness before, whether it's been on Captain America as such. Maybe they're using it later on down the line for a shield peg. But as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that we can actually store into Forge or use it as additional weapon storage, as this gun doesn't come with an additional peg. Would have been nice to plug it in as an additional weapon storage, but unfortunately on this occasion it's not. Moving on to the figure itself, Unsung Hero Forge. I really like this. I've been waiting for an updated Forge, as the one that I had previously was the 2-pack version, and I've also got a customised version as well. The fact that he's a hero with a moustache gives him additional points, so we just don't see this enough. a Magnum PI mustache. The actual figure itself is very well done. Comes with a bandana, doesn't move, and a ponytail. Look at that. Big long ponytail. Again, it's not articulated, it is just a solid rubber, and it does hinder the head movement somewhat. Not a lot. You can still look up, but obviously it bends out the ponytail, so I should imagine over time, if you're constantly displaying him looking up, which I don't think you would, you probably start to wear away the ponytail, or at least stress the plastic. Forge as well comes with a lot of reused parts. The actual body itself, the book, we've seen this many times. Havoc, the standard book mould. These arm glove pieces, which are movable, would be removable if we were to take the hand off and pop it out. They've been used before. These on the actual legs itself are removable. They're not as annoying as the boot cuffs on Cyclops or the X-Men attire Deadpool, as if you do push them up above the calf, they will stay above the boot. They won't drop down. And they do sit quite high on the actual boot itself, like they should be. The Native American boot of Forge. Actual head sculpt's a really nice head sculpt as well. Very accurate to the animated series X-Men cartoon, which I'm assuming this actual figure is based on. What this does do for me as well in terms of an actual suit, it would be good to see if we can get an X-Men box set, maybe a San Diego Comic Con exclusive of the X-Men attire when they all wore the the yellow and blue costumes. I think that'll look pretty cool. And they all matched up. One QC issue I've got with my Forge as well, as you can see, is slumped over. For whatever reason, it seems to be missing a click. So how easy that is. I've been bending over without it actual clicking. We've got a ratchet joint which clicks into place at that far back, and then he holds his position there, and you go forward beyond the ratchet, and then he becomes very, very loose. You can click him. Moving down over that far. So yeah, in order to get him upright, I've got to fire him straight away as far back as possible before he's actually clicked into place and doesn't lean forward on that. So yeah, very basic figure. Very quick review of Forge. I'll now jump into a quick comparison to the other two Forges that I've got, as he is just a basic Hasbro book mold figure. If I can get him to stand. There we go. So here's my new Forge alongside the twin pack Forge, which came with the Wolverine, and a custom Forge which I got made over in the States and shipped over at the start of last year. The original Forge that we did get was a little gangly. My head's a little bit wobbly. He is an old figure. He has been stood on the shelf for quite some time. Didn't have ankle articulation to the extent that we've got it now. It's just basically a down and up more movement with a rotation at the ankle. No boot. Oh no, sorry, it does have a boot cut. It's boot cut as well. The ball joints make it really awkward for him to stand, as you've got to manoeuvre the balls into position to whether or not he kicks forward or he kicks out to the side. Came with a couple of blasters as well, which are in the accessory box. This guy has been holding the place on the X-Men shelf, and unfortunately, like with the Beast, the Gambit, and the well, it'll be actually the Weapon X from when I break it out of the box, he will be being replaced by the new updated version of Hasbro. As you can see, really decent facial sculpt. The head is far too small for the new body. Had this guy whipped up with Team X Factor. He's been stood alongside Strong Guy, Havoc, Polaris, and Multiple Man, the new Multiple Man that we've got, the new Jamie Madrox. He's in there as well 3 or 4 times over. It's a really good custom figure. Obviously, the only problem with custom figures is you can't really display them that much because of the paint chippings, unless they're done exceedingly well. This guy came with a full team, which if you want me to do a review on the full X Factor team that I've got, you can check them out over on Instagram, where I've posted pictures of them up there before. You can do a full review on them at your request. Was a really, really good custom to have with the Team X Factor. But like I said, this guy now is going to be taking the pride in position next to the X-Men on the X-Men shelf. Really happy to have him. Really great additional figure. So far so good. I'm really loving this new wave that Hasbro have produced. Being a massive X-Men fan, every figure in this line so far seems to be a hit. Just looking at the arm there, seems a little bit loose to me. Don't know if it's the weight of the gun or the actual arm itself. Could be a potential QC issue there regarding the elbow. Nevertheless, that's going to really annoy me. Nevertheless, really good figure. I'm going to hold his pride and place on the actual shelf alongside the other X-Men that I've got. In my opinion, worth picking up. In fact, I don't think there's an actual bad figure in this wave, even with the actual Reaver. I know a lot of people aren't too sure with the Reaver, but if you've got the old Nuke body, the Reese head that you actually get in there with the Skullbuster, it's more or less two figures in one, especially if you're not doing anything with the Nuke. So that's my review on Forge. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's been worthwhile watching. Like I said, for me, it's pick up. Strong wave so far. Catch you on the next one.